Testing. 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 Yo, Keetoy, can you hear me okay? Sweet. What about the music? Can you hear the music? How about now? Turn it up a little bit more. Is that better? Sweet. So did you watch any more of those option videos? Cool. Yeah, Tasty Trade definitely has, I think, the best videos for learning, and they have like millions of videos. Oh, you're watching Project Option, okay. Man, the markets took a big hit today. It's an ugly day. Yeah, they do have a lot of good content. They explain all the strategies really good. For the most part, all they really do though is premium selling. So if you're looking, at buying calls and buying puts, they're probably not going to be the best resource for you. hard today. A lot of my positions right now too are tech stocks, so that's not that good. What's a premium? A premium is basically like the price you're paying for an option. When you sell premium, the way that they describe it, and it makes sense, is you're basically like the insurance broker. You're selling someone a premium. You're the insurance broker, and the person buying it from you is like the customer. The thing that, about selling premium that, confuses a lot of people is that they, there's two ways to look at it. Some people look at selling premium, they use the analogy like it's like picking up pennies in front of a bulldozer, because you basically have a limited upside, you know what I mean? The most you can make is the credit that you received when you sold the option, and you have an unlimited downside pretty much. That's if you're selling naked. And then people, they get too caught up with the probability of profit. They think like, oh, I'm gonna sell you know, a strike that has a probability of profit of 70%. So while that specific strike has a 70% chance of staying out of the money, it doesn't always happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think like it's a 70% chance. You know what I mean? It's 70% chance. If there was a 70% chance that you're gonna win a trade, I think everyone in the world would be doing that. Don't you think? But then again, that 70% chance is at that second that you're looking at that option. Any change in the underlying or whatever ends up altering that. IWM just looks so nasty. Past 4 days, just getting wrecked. We had a nice pop in the VIX today too, bringing us over this resistance, which is kind of scary. But the thing we have going for us is that we are in a downtrend here, and we're going to be hitting some price resistance here. So that's a positive for us, for those that are going long. We'll see how tomorrow opens up. If we could, catch some resistance here and start dropping the fear starts dropping out of the market, that's better. I noticed too, a lot of these, the diamonds, the SPY, the Qs, they all basically stopped at respective support levels, which is really good. We just got to see if we could catch a bounce tomorrow, see how it opens up. Also scary here. So we had this uptrend here going. We broke down from it. We also count this as a rising wedge. Broke down. We have a bearish divergence here on the RSI, which is not a good thing. Potential double top, but You know, we could also look at this as a pullback to support with continuation, you know. But before we call it continuation, we got to see, you know, people start stepping in and buying this up. I think as long as we remain above the 50 moving average, I would say that we're still bullish. If we start falling below this, that's when I would start to worry. That's when it's going to get kind of scary. I'm definitely not shorting this though right now. Hey, what's up? I don't know how to say your name. Amy. Amy. What's going on? I always trade the daily. I'll look at the 4 hour to see like you know, like if we get like a pump in the morning and then it's starting to fall, like I'll look at, you know, smaller time frames to see if it's just an intraday pullback. Max. Hey, what's up, Max? Thanks for stopping by, dude. Thanks, Deja, for the shout out on Twitter. Yeah, but usually 99% of the time I trade the daily. It's not like crypto where it's open 24/7, so you gotta like, you know, check small time frames and everything. I don't really scalp or do like short trades. I swing trade most of the time. I mean, if I open up a position in the morning and I'm up like 30, 40% throughout the day, yeah, I'll close it, but for the most part, I swing. See, a lot of these look, I mean, they pretty much all look very similar, except IWM. IWM's getting crushed. Yesterday it fell underneath its 50 SMA. You could almost, where's the arrow tool at? You could almost look for a short here. It's looking like it's catching itself on some support here. I would see if we could get a bounce up, and then, you know, a retest and then follow through. That's something to look for on IWM. Excuse me. Explain about that butterfly, like the different strategies. You know what? Honestly, for those like more in-depth strategies, you're probably going to be better off like checking out what's called like just googling it and looking at some resources like Investopia and stuff like that. They would be able to describe it a lot better than I do. I don't really trade those kind of strategies. You know what? I've never traded an iron butterfly. I'm looking it up right now. It's a short option strategy created with 4 options consisting of 2 puts and 2 calls and 3 strike prices, all with the same expiration date. Its goal is to profit from low volatility in the underlying asset. In other words, it earns the maximum profit when the underlying asset closes at the middle strike price at expiration. So it's a low volatility play. It's a short option, so you're selling premium. Yeah, this is what I would look for right here in IWM. Like this, to me, seems very possible of happening. With 4 down days, you know we're gonna catch some kind of relief here. I would just wait till it comes up, you know, test this 50, which it probably will do, and see if we have some follow through. If sellers are continuing to step in, and then that would be a good short opportunity. The SPY, I mean, I'm hoping we catch a relief tomorrow. We stopped right at a support zone here. Same with the diamonds. It actually looks like we broke support on diamonds a little bit. If I have this in the right spot here, and it's about the same thing as the SPY. Sucks is that we filled this gap here on the Nasdaq today, and majority of my open positions right now are tech companies too. So I kind of got screwed on this. But hopefully tomorrow at MU, Micron posted earnings today, and they did really good. So this and a lot of the other semiconductor companies will be getting a boost tomorrow. So you can see Micron's up right now 8% after hours after it just reported earnings. AMD is following it 1.32%. What else? Nvidia is up 1.3% as well. Who else? Intel's up almost 1%. So hopefully this will boost up the Nasdaq tomorrow, and we could get a bounce off that support zone. You have Apple came down 1.5% today. Looks like it wants to test that 50. It's holding some support right now, but what else? Facebook, part of the Nasdaq. Facebook took a beating today, down 2%. How do I scan through all? What do you mean? Like, how do I build myself a watch list? So a lot of the stuff you see here on this watch list, these are like my, I guess, like either positions that I recently had or that I have right now or that I keep a close watch on. So right now, um, yeah, so my green watch list is basically stuff I keep a close watch on. If I go to my red list here, I haven't updated in a while, but um, these were stocks that were uptrending. So I mean, as you can see, like I said, I haven't updated in a while. I didn't when I first put this on here. You know, this was the uptrend. As you can see, like all these ones I have on here all were recently in uptrends. Scripts? What do you mean by scripts? If you're asking like if I write scripts to scan and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't do that. Honestly, I either use like FinViz to look for patterns or look for trends, you know, like uptrends or strong downtrends. I also do this sometimes too. Here, I'll go if you use TradingView, they have a built-in stock screener, and I have used this before. Let me see if I can remember how I did this. Go to the technical tab, and what I basically did was just put all the moving averages like on top of each other, like, you know, the simple moving average 10 is, here we'll start with the, you know, 10's too fast. We'll start with the 30 here. So like do like 30 moving averages is simple moving averages above the 50 simple moving average, and then do the 50 simple moving average is above the 100 day, and then come here to the 100, do the 100 is above the 200. So you could do it like that. So if you do something like this will give you a decent list of stocks that are uptrending. You could even, I mean, if you want, you could even do like the 20 is above the 30. It's just going to keep restricting you. But so we have, the 20 is above the 30, 30 is above the 50, 50 is above the 100, and the 100 is above the 200. So we could come here and we could see the list that it's given us. As you can see, this Microsoft is one of them. I would also probably filter this by market cap because you don't want no shitty stocks coming up. Microsoft, a very strong uptrend. Why is this not? Visa, very strong uptrend. Why does it keep doing that? Walmart, Walmart, it's definitely in an uptrend. It's kind of a little overextended, I would say, but Procter Gamble, strong uptrend. MasterCard, strong uptrend. As you can see, there's a lot of damage in some of these stocks today because of what happened in the markets today. This is showing the same thing as Visa. Disney here. You could actually count that as a buy signal on Disney. I would like to see it maybe come up just a little bit more. If we have a green morning tomorrow, yeah, see, Disney did good today. They were up 0.5% when everything else was down. Yeah, Keytoy, only stocks that are uptrending and stocks that are downtrending. I don't fight the trend. I move with the trend. But yeah, so we have a hammer candle here, and then we had some buyers step in on a supporting trend line. This to me is a buy signal. So Disney tomorrow, if it opens up green, I would definitely take this kind of trade. That's of course according to my rules, but that looks good. AT&T. I don't know how I feel about AT&T. We are in an overall uptrend here, and we are making higher highs, but I don't know. I feel like it's more range bound though than uptrending. I wouldn't touch this. You know what I mean? You could actually look for a short possibly in this area. Is the stream lagging for you? It shows it like buffering on my thumbnail, like on my my dashboard. No, it seems fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just that there's like a loading symbol on the dashboard. I was just wondering. Coca-Cola, very strong uptrend right now. A lot of these consumer defensive stocks are uptrending right now because people like to put their money into this in case when the market's very volatile, people buy these kind of stocks. Walt Disney, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Yeah, like look at this. You seriously could not have a nicer uptrend than Pepsi right here. It's absolutely beautiful. still has a little bit of way for it to consolidate over to its trend, but these are the kind of stocks that usually do good on bad days. Unilever here. This is Unilever. The volume's shitty on it. I wouldn't mess with that. McDonald's. McDonald's. I was actually going to take this trade this morning. This is looking very, very good. Strong uptrend, and we are inside of an ascending triangle right now, looking to break to the upside. We poked through it this morning. I would say any buyers stepping in tomorrow morning to lift this up over this resistance right here. This is definitely a buy signal. This is very strong. Looks very good. Abbott Laboratories. Yeah, it's. I mean, I can see it uptrending here. See, I don't like to, like, when you asked if I trade only uptrends, I don't like to trade like these kind of uptrends. The only time I'll trade like an uptrend like this, like steep like this, is if we have a pullback and then some consolidation setting a level of support, that I see is holding. If we have a few days, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of it consolidating, then I'll think about trading something like this. But like right now, you know what I mean? Like, how do we know tomorrow this isn't just gonna fall, through this right here? I mean, you really don't have much support. You at all-time highs right now. Yeah, you're at all-time highs right now. So you really don't have any support here besides this one daily candle right here that we actually closed underneath it. So I would say, this is probably going to come down right here. Adobe. It's alright. Once again, though, that steep uptrend, and it's breaking down now. Took a beating today. Wow, down 4%. I had one of my alerts go off on PayPal today. It's coming down, testing trend. Something like this right here. This is definitely would be on watch for tomorrow morning. We came down the trend. We're testing it. We had a long wick down, but pulled up and closed on the trend. So any follow through tomorrow, if we have a green morning, this would definitely look like a good trade. We're putting in higher highs. Honeywell's looking good. I wouldn't buy it right now because it's holding some support, but I'd like to see a little bit more, couple days of consolidation, or either consolidate to the trend line or come down and test the trend line. Go over my yeah, I'm vaping. We could go over my current positions right now. I'll show you guys what I'm holding right now. So I'm holding TTWO. As you can see, nice uptrend. We started to put in a ceiling here, which formed an ascending triangle, and we broke through it. When did I take this trade? On 6/21. So 6/21 was Friday. So I got in this trade on Friday, and right now I'm up 8%. So we had a good day yesterday, and then today, came down with the rest of the market down almost 1%. But this could be a good thing. This could, be a retest of this resistance now support zone. So this could actually be a good thing. We could see more upside Of course, you know, I would want to wait for confirmation, but as I said, I'm already in this trade. But yeah, it's actually looking not too bad right now. I'm in, have a long position in Boeing that I have to reevaluate because of what happened today, down 1.25%. I took this trade on the break of this, or on the buildup of this ascending triangle. If you look at the 4 hour, you could kind of see it a little better. You got to remember these two black candles here weren't here when I took this trade. So yeah, I was playing the break of this ascending triangle, the breakout here. I had a alert set for the top and it got triggered, and that's when I took the trade. So I have to see how Boeing does tomorrow morning. It's not an ascending triangle anymore. Now we're do have a little support zone here, so it actually lines up with a few other candles here. But if you look at Boeing, I called Boeing a couple weeks ago. If you follow me on Twitter or whatever, what was my entry trigger on what, on Boeing? My entry trigger on Boeing was, I seen that, you know, we popped up here. I've been watching Boeing. If you follow me on Twitter, I had this big wedge painted out, and I called this before it even broke out of the wedge. Oh, TTWO, the one we looked at before. Here, I'll go back to that. But so yeah, on Twitter, I've been calling this big falling wedge on Boeing, which is textbook right here. It looks beautiful. As you can see too, here we had a where was it? Right here. We had a divergence in RSI, basically a double bottom with a divergence. We broke the downtrend. We started uptrending, and I called this before it broke out. I was trading it over here. I traded the breakout, and then I got in, like I said, on the 4 hour. These two black candles, these two last most current black candles weren't here. So what I was looking at was an ascending triangle. And I got in looking for a break of that. And like I said, today wasn't a good day and it brought it down. So that's no longer an ascending triangle. But on the other hand, we do have some consolidation here. And we'll see how it reacts. We could maybe have another day or two of downward movement, see how it reacts on the trend line, or we could just consolidate all the way to the trend line. So going back to TTWO, this was my buy signal right here. So I took it on the 21st. Where's the 21st? This candle right here is when I took my trade. So we were approaching the apex of an ascending triangle. We had some overhead resistance just building up, and I took it on this trade right here, looking for the breakout, and it did break out. Now today we're down almost 1%, but like I said, it's coming back to test that, resistance, now support level. So in a way, this could be a good thing. It could be retesting that level, and it seems that it held up. We had a wick down to retest the trend line. Bring this up a little bit more now, but yeah, we had a wick down to retest the trend line, and then we closed above what used to be resistance is now support, so that's a good thing. I have a position in Snapchat. So this, I was also playing a consolidation here. I almost like, so you have consolidation, a few days of consolidation here with, support right underneath. You have no sellers here, you have no buyers here, so you're just consolidating, just building up pressure basically. And I'm looking for a break of this resistance. Snapchat's been pretty strong. As you can see, we're in a nice uptrend. up, consolidate, up, consolidate. So this could consolidate all the way back to this trend line before we see any more upward movement. But I was willing to take it a little bit early since it is relatively cheaper underlying. I was okay with taking it early as long as it holds this resistance, which today it did. Even though we were down 1.5%, it did hold this resistance. So, or I mean, the support area. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, last week it was doing really good. Yeah, this day right here, June 18th, Tuesday, last Tuesday, a week from today, we had we were up 9.6, almost 9.7%. Very nice. But as you can see here, look, it was doing the same thing here. We basically put in a ceiling, we put in a resistance level, and we held this support level right here. We came up, we made the high, pull back, and just consolidation, bouncing between two zones until we had enough pressure built up that sent us over. As you can see here, it seems to be doing the same thing. We had to pop into the next zone, we're holding that floor, and we're being stopped by the ceiling, basically just bouncing around in these two areas. I don't mind seeing this kind of consolidation. You know what I mean? We could see it for, a couple more days. We could have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more candles until we hit this trend line before we see the next pop. Or we could have, a bigger down day. Comes to the trend line. We wait till the next day, see if buyers are stepping in, respecting that trend line, and that would indicate the next entry. But like I said, I took this one a little bit early just because I do like this consolidation. If it were to break below this trend line, I would, or this support area, I would probably let the position go and wait to re-enter. Next one, Starbucks. I actually picked up Starbucks this morning before the market wasn't doing so good, and you could see why I picked up Starbucks. Look at this uptrend Starbucks is in. And it keeps going. It keeps going. Very, very, very healthy trend that we're in on Starbucks. When will it end? We don't know, but we'll ride the waves with it until it decides to end. I took this trade basically the same reason that I took the other ones. Put in a ceiling here, put in resistance level, and we're also in a ascending triangle. This candle kind of scares me a little bit. This doji right here, I don't know if you would want to consider that a gravestone. But yeah, that kind of scares me a little bit, but we'll see how it acts tomorrow morning. I've learned my lesson. I was telling someone else I learned my lesson. I don't panic sell because when you panic sell, you're trading emotionally. You're scared because you see your capital going down and down, and what you're basically doing is you're getting rid of it at a support level where it can possibly bounce and come back to life. That's what happens when you panic sell, or actually when you panic buy too. It's bad to panic sell when it's at support, and it's bad to FOMO or panic buy when it's at resistance because I'm sure everyone's done it. I'm not gonna lie, I've done it thousands and thousands of times where I'm like, holy, crap, I'm not gonna miss this, and I buy it when it's at a resistance area, and then I get crushed. Happens to everyone. If someone tells you that they've never done that before, they're lying to you. So yeah, I have Starbucks here. What else I have? I have Cron Group. Cron is a marijuana stock. pointed this out. I've been in a couple trades already on Kron. I caught this breakout right here. I didn't catch this gap up, but I played this breakout here. But as you can see, we were in a strong downtrend, just getting rejected every time we hit it. We came in, and I'm pretty sure, yeah. See, we put another divergence in here. We actually had a lower low, so we had a low, we had a lower low, but we had a higher low on the RSI. So that's actually what triggered this breakout of this downtrend. And what I like about it too is that it didn't only break out, it came back and retested it. So I've actually been adding onto my cron position. I've had this cron position now, I think, for a few days. I don't want to scroll through my activity. The log is too long. It's going to take me too long to find it. But I want to say that I bought it somewhere over here on this candle. And I know yesterday and Friday, when we had these wicks down to this trend line, I was buying. I bought some out of the money calls on this, so they were pretty cheap. But I was adding to my position as it was coming down, and I ended up retracing both of these days. Today we had a pullback almost down 2%. But again, I mean, like I said, the Qs, the NASDAQ did the worst out of all the indices today, so that doesn't surprise me that this is down. You're actually putting a wedge in right here. We'll see how this wedge plays out. See if we could break to the upside here. We are getting close to testing trend here. So the thing with me is I'm very comfortable with all my positions currently. The only one that scares me a little bit is Twitter, my Twitter position, which I'll go over. That's the only one that kind of scares me, but everything else I'm comfortable with right now. Even though I am down money today, just like most other people out there that were trading today or that held long positions today, I am comfortable with my positions. And that's a big part of it, guys. Like, you want to be comfortable with your positions. If you're not comfortable, you're double thinking yourself, get out. Because your first feeling or your first guess is usually the right one. Give me 1 second. I'm going to post it on live to my followers on StockTwits. So yeah, next position that I'm in is Twitter, which, like I said, this is the one that's scaring me a little bit. So I took this position because we were approaching this support level, and I guess we are kind of breaking it, but we are holding on to some smaller ones here. We broke the, this area right here, this zone. We did close underneath that, so it is a little scary, but we are holding this smaller level here. We have RSI coming up a little bit, but tomorrow will determine basically if I keep this position or not. Guess I'm trying to play a double bottom here, but as you can see, we are in a downtrend here. So I got to be careful with this one. Next one is AMD. I'm kind of biased on AMD because I really like trading AMD. It's fun to trade. There's a lot of volatility, big swings. As you can see, very nice strong uptrend, and AMD, I'm sure if you guys trade equities, you know that AMD always has that chance of just blowing up 1 or 2 days. Like you could see these monster candles here on days that, like there's not like a black swan, there's no news or there's no earnings. It just likes to take off. You know what I mean? Like you have a what 10% day here, 8% day here. So we are approaching the trend line here on AMD, and I have been adding to my position the lower we go. If we do break this trend, that's when I will. If we break this trend and break this support level here, that's when I'll let the position go. But like I said, since Micron posted very good earnings today after the bell, AMD is seeing a little kickback from it, so that's good. Do I use index like S&P as your benchmark for other stocks you are trading? Sometimes, yeah. I mean, if the overall market is down, there's a high chance that any long positions that you have are going to be down. So I do keep an eye on it throughout the day. But like a lot of people are, the thing with SPY right now is like everyone's obsessed with this recession thing, or like with the Feds cut. If the Feds do cut interest rates, I mean we're going to see a jump here, but everyone's scared about an upcoming recession. Like this right here, this hanging man doji right here, like that. A lot of people saw that to be like a very bearish thing, which it is bearish. But I mean, if you look at this, like we are in an uptrend still. So why would you be bearish until you have confirmation? Like that's I don't trade like based on like what I'm thinking. I trade like on what's given to me type of thing. So if we see, like I said, if we see this break down underneath this 50 SMA, then I'll start thinking about getting short. I mean, we just put in an all-new time high. Yeah, we didn't like blow past the old one, but we did put in an all-time high. Why is that bearish? You know what I'm trying to say? Do I think there's a possibility for it to go down? 100%. Do I think there's a possibility for it to go up? 100%. But I'm not trading on the possibilities that I think of what's going to happen. I'm trading on what it's giving me at the time. So yeah, we went over the AMD trade. AMD, it's still above the 50 SMA, and the 50 SMA looks like it's lining up perfectly with the trend line. So this is actually looking. I didn't turn on my 50 SMA indicator for when I was looking at AMD, but I do like this even more now that it's lining up with this trend line. This could be. So yeah, I'm really comfortable with this. Next position I have is Target. Target's just been rallying like really hard. We were in a nice uptrend, broke down on those that bad week or two that we had in the market a couple weeks or a month ago, however long ago it was. Had a huge gap up on earnings, and we've basically been doing like a parabolic climb, going straight up. So I didn't trade that. What I traded was this breakout here of this resistance that we have here. Made an all-time high. Is it an all-time high? No. We made a new high on this swing. We pulled back and we consolidated. So we pulled back here, hit the support level. This candle pulled back even more, hit the support level. These two candles both held support. As soon as I seen green, this is the day I bought. And I was thinking about taking profits because I bought that early in the morning and this was up over 2.5% that day. I didn't take profits. But today we actually closed below this support level. As you can see, I have an alert right here. I don't know if you could see it too well, but I do have an alert right here, which is basically lining up with the wicks of these two candles here. So if we break this low, if we break these wicks here, I'll be out of this trade. I'll take the loss on it because we did break our trend line and we did break support. This is basically our final level until I would say probably, what is this, about 83.30ish. It might catch a bounce here. Next level would be at about $81. And my last position that I'm in right now is Intel. So Intel is just like, Intel took a beating. Intel was down from its high. It was down 28% on, what was it, on bad earnings basically? On bad earnings and then a dividend right afterwards, yeah. Just got crushed. So on the way down, you know, we had a nice rounded bottom here, which is very nice. And actually, you know what? This is a cup and handle right here. We have a rounded bottom, we had the handle, and then we caught some upside. And we don't really have any divergences in it. Actually, we have a small one right here. But I mean, this already played out. That's already played out, so won't look at that. But yeah, Intel is following this trend up. Comes up, pulls back, hits trend, buyer step in, comes up. Now we set a nice support zone for ourselves here. The problem with this now is that we broke underneath trend. We're still holding support, which is a good thing, but we we broke our trend line, and we also have the 50 moving average coming down on top of our head right now, which is also going to act as another resistance zone. The thing with Intel is I have one in the money call, and I bought some out of the money calls so that I could play this gap fill right here. It's a big gap. It's almost a 3% gap that I was looking to play here. But we'll see how this reacts. Like I said, you know, with Micron posting good earnings, semiconductor market is up. So Intel up almost 1% after hours. What's bearish, Max? So some trades. Let me pull up my post-it note here that I've been actually looking at here. So I think I mentioned McDonald's already, didn't I? I like McDonald's right now a lot because of this ascending triangle, and because it's one of those after hours price still moves. Yeah, yeah, after hours price still does move. You can see right here. So this is where it closed at, and you have post market hours right here. So AMD is up 1.42% post market. Intel is up 0.88% post market. Now, I mean, will that hold? We don't know, because you could still also trade pre-market. So tomorrow morning when pre-market opens, this could just go away and be flat again, basically. Or we could see more of a pump tomorrow morning and we get a nice gap up, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. I want to get a gap up back into this trend. That would be beautiful. Yes, I'm not 100% sure on who could trade aftermarket and pre-market. I don't. A lot of people don't like trading it because it's really, really, really volatile, and there's a lot of action. You know what I mean? Like the prices swing all over the place, and if you buy it high during pre-market and then the market's down the rest of the day, you're gonna get crushed even harder. What do you mean, like OTC? Hershey's still looking really good. No, exchanges do let you trade. Exchanges do let you trade uh, post market and pre market. I'm just sure not. I'm not sure how you get like qualified for it. I've never done it. Yeah, Hershey's still looking strong here. Maybe another couple days to consolidate the trend. Unless this was actually your pullback here, which is almost at the trend. Let me see. Put on V stop real quick. Yeah, maybe another couple days till we consolidate over the trend, or come down another day or two till we hit trend, and we see if buyers are stepping in and make another push up. Like I said, Hershey is one of those consumer defensives that people are gonna look, to buy into when the market's not doing too well. But yeah, nice uptrend. What's another one? Yeah, I went over McDonald's. McDonald's, another one of those consumer clinicals or consumer defensive. Nice uptrend. Ascending triangle, looking to break out. Set an alert right on the top right there, so I could be notified if it does break out. Believe. Here's another nice uptrend here. This is a healthcare stock. Very nice uptrend following that 50-day simple moving average. Did have a few bad days, but we're on our way back down to trend, and we'll see how it reacts when it comes down. I was looking at Enphase Energy, but look how nice this was following trend. This was following trend perfectly. Here, following this trend perfectly, and then today just took a dive for the worst. Broke trend and way below it. We are at a support level right here, which we'll see how it holds up, but down almost 7% today. Good thing I didn't take this trade. This is why you want to wait for confirmation. This is like a perfect example of why you wait for confirmation before buying in. Like, as you see this coming down to the trend, you don't want to tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna get in early so I can catch this bounce before it happens, and I'll front run it and get in before it happens, and I'll make even more money. Like, don't try to pick bottoms. This is a perfect example why you don't want to pick bottoms, because it will catch you sometimes. You will get caught speeding, just like whoever. I'm sure there was people here. Oh, this is coming down the trend. I'm gonna buy it first, get in before everyone else, and make more profit. Well, they did that. They just got wrecked today. This is why you don't try to do that. This is why you don't pick bottoms. This is why you always wait for confirmation. Intel, you think Intel is bearish? I don't know, man. I'm actually liking it. Like, we bounced off of a really heavy, really strong support level here. I really like this bounce and this cup and handle too. Did you see this cup and handle here? Does TradingView have a mark here? Do you think we're going to retest it again? Oh, we'll see. Definitely possible. It's definitely possible, man. Do I think it's gonna go like? I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna see like one of these like straight down. But yeah, it's definitely possible. I'm long Intel right now. Like I said, today was a little scary just because we did break this trend, but we are holding a support level right here. As you can see, that support level plays off all the way down to here too. We have a lot of touches on this level. So if we break this, I will be exiting. But like I said, what I'm hoping for tomorrow is that since the semiconductor sector is going to be up, I'm hoping we're up almost 1% right now post market. If we get another bump up tomorrow morning pre-market and it puts us back into this trend, that's what I'm looking for. But on the other hand, we also have this 50-day simple moving average coming down on us, and that's going to cause a problem here. We're going to definitely see some resistance here. I want to see this gap fill. This is, like I said, I bought some out of the money calls just to see this gap fill here. You could look at this as a nice consolidation range too. Just consolidating here, bouncing between these two levels. Let's see how the futures are doing. So we are down on the futures right now. We did break the support on the futures. It's still, I mean, it's still really early and we're not down that much, so I'm not really worried about it. Like, can you believe this rally? Like, look at how nice this rally is. Can this just be a pullback? You know what I mean? From making an new time high, pulls back. Even if it were to, you know what? Like, even if it pulls back to the 50. And then comes up and makes a new high. There's SPX. Maybe you're, are you guys further behind me? Like, because what I'm seeing on my dashboard here is like I'm still showing some. Oh, never mind. So you, okay, we're in real time right now. I thought it was lagging. Here's the SPX. Like I said, could this be a pullback that will launch us into some new time highs? Very possible. I'm not bearish on this yet. Shopify took a big hit today too, I think. Look at how bad Shopify did today. Yeah, that's the 50 SMA. Shopify has just been going absolutely crazy since the end of December, beginning of January, just a parabolic run up. Today it got smacked real hard. My Bill Bear line? What do you mean Bill Bear line? My bull bear line in SPX? I'd say the 50. If we don't catch a bounce on this 50, I would, start looking at the market overall going down. I have some levels here drawn out that you can see here. This resistance or this support that we came to today doesn't hold. We'll see, another one about 288. If this 50 doesn't hold, that's when I'm gonna start, start looking at some short, start taking some shorts over long plays. But as of right now, I still am bullish overall. I don't know if it's Friday or Saturday. Friday or Saturday, President Trump is meeting with the president of, or the leader of China to discuss trading, um, the whole trading thing that's going on right now, the trade war. If there's any positive talk that comes out of that, we're going to see all mid-time highs. I'm almost guaranteeing it. You're literally going to see this thing do a 180 and go straight up. On top of that, if Feds cut interest rates, it's going to be anyone that's heavily shorting right now is going to get absolutely crushed. Like I said, the Nasdaq did the worst out of all of them today. Pretty much all the major indices they look very 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 similar. With IWM being the worst. So not only does IWM now have a resistance that it has to break, it also has the 50 SMA that it's going to have the 50-day SMA that it's going to have to break through as well now. We are in a overall downtrend, as you can see, and we actually failed before that we came in contact with our downtrend. We are making lower highs, and we are. I mean, if you this is a lower low here, not as low as this guy here, but whoops. You guys got any stocks you want me to take a look at? Roku. I was playing Roku for a long time. Like Roku's been very nice here. Like we popped up, we had its run, we consolidated the trend, buyer stepped in, next day, gap up, huge, huge gap up. Came in, buyer stepped in here on the trend, had a couple days up. Now the past, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, it's just getting slaughtered, and it's down another 2% post market. We could be heading down to this trend line here. It just filled this gap today. We could be heading down to this trend line. We could even have a trend line like that. I would say probably this trend line here, just because it's going to line up with the 50-day SMA. never looked at stocks in your life. This is all new to you because you've been in crypto, right, Kitoy? That's like your main asset that you trade. It's really the same thing, man. Um, the I would say the biggest differences are the volatility. The volatility in crypto is crazy. It doesn't follow rules. Like I couldn't tell you how many times like Bitcoin like this here like if you saw this here in an equity like you'd get out right away or any kind of, you know what I mean, like rising wedges, you know, to get out, like you know that's gonna be coming down. In Bitcoin, it's like defies the laws of physics. I still do trade crypto. I don't like day trade it. I don't put my, focus into it. I just take longer term positions. Right now I'm long from 10.6. All I could say is that while we're pushing 11.8 again, GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So this is a crypto related asset. See, the thing with Bitcoin is, dude, we haven't had a pullback. I have this drawn out here, like, let me turn off this 50-day estimate. I have this drawn out here, and I'm almost positive that we're gonna test one of these. We have to. This has been, it's, there is no pullback. It's not good when there's no pullback. When there's no pullback, that just means it's gonna fall harder. Like I could tell you, I have buys right now. I have buys in this area. I have buys in this area. I have buys in this area, and I have buys in the 7,000 range here, or 8,000 range down here. 7.5. Yeah, I could definitely see that happening, man. I'm not gonna doubt that one bit. It's definitely possible. Yeah. Well, that's how you make the serious money, man. When you catch it like that, and you know what's gonna happen. Look at the daily that you were playing for on the weekend. What do you mean? This is the daily. This is daily Bitcoin right here. You bought around 10.4. Nice. That's a good entry. I'm in at 10.6 up here. We're pushing for a new high here. Oh, you sold out already? I'm still holding mine. It was a spot buy. It's not on leverage, so shouldn't have done that. Whatever, man. You made profit, right? That's all that matters. I like trading crypto on the 6-hour chart. I feel that like since it's a 24/7 market, like 6 hours, you're breaking it into four. You know what I mean? Like 6 times 4 is 24 hours. You're breaking it into like quarters almost. That's why I like trading on the 6 hour compared to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, sometimes if it's like an equity, like a stock or a company like that, I'll look at the 4 hour just because the trading day is about 8 hours long. So that's why I like to use 6 hours though for crypto. What stock? I was looking at one stock that I was gonna like. It was very. Avalon Products. Yeah, Avalon. How'd this do today? Wow. Good thing I didn't play this. I was gonna. Oh, it's up 2.6% though after market. The options on this suck. There's like no volume. There's volume on this, but the option volume isn't that great. Check this out though. So we had like a textbook ascending triangle. We broke out, retested it. This here, this would have been a buy. That candle right there. Can't see it. Stupid trader. That candle right there. It's actually a buy signal. You know why it's a buy signal, right? We broke out of an ascending triangle, came back to retest. Buyers are stepping in when you're now on a new support resistance that turned into support. No, nice. But today the market was so bad it just fell right back in. It is holding trend though. It is holding trend. And it is up 2.6% in post market to $3.94. What would put us that would put us back over this area here if we open up at that tomorrow. So the thing with this though is like I said, the option suck for it. Like they're really bad. Spreads are huge. Spreads are 15 cents wide, even more. Yeah, there's like no option activity in this. So you would almost have to buy shares of this, and you can because it's a cheap stock. You could buy, a few hundred shares, play the breakout, retest. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Alibaba here, one of these that's also starting to follow a new uptrend. The thing is, with these Chinese stocks, you got to be careful because these are going to get hit the hardest on news. That's the problem with playing these. With the whole trade war stuff going on right now, any bad news that comes out, these are going to be the first ones to bleed out. GE, I know Deja and Paradigm, they have GE puts. I actually closed, I took a loss on my GE put. I opened it up here. I opened up a GE put here because we were hitting this resistance. We hit the resistance, we came back down. I opened a put on this candle, but the next day it popped up here over resistance, closed over resistance, made a new high on this, in this time frame here. So I was thinking that, this uptrend that we were in was going to continue. So I closed my GE position for a small loss, but those guys are still holding their puts and they're actually working out pretty good here. So congrats to them. They didn't have weak hands, but as you can see, like, do I prefer Tube over Twitch? No, I'm not from New York. I'm from Chicago. Why do you ask if I'm from New York? Do I have a New York accent? But yeah, going over from YouTube to Twitch, I don't really, it doesn't really make a difference to me. I just know that there's more people on YouTube. I used to stream on Twitch, Max. When was it? That's actually how I met Deja. About, I'd say about a year and a half ago. I used to stream on Twitch a lot. Used to just do some really degenerate BitMEX trades and scalps and just going really hard. I completely my trading is completely done on 180. I took a couple massive losses last year, and I stepped back and gave myself a long break and did as much research and learning and you know gained as much knowledge as I possibly could in the break that I took, and I came back with the intent to start trading options over crypto. Max R. Max R Technologies. Had a nasty double top right here. To me, I would classify that we are uptrending. This actually doesn't look too bad. We broke some resistance here, and now we're coming back to retest it. This actually doesn't look too bad. It looks like we might have failed it though. We got to see it, but we got to see how this plays out. But we could. And look, that's like what it looks like it was trying to do. It looks like it broke through the resistance and was coming back to retest. What is this? Like, do you are you in this? Are you thinking about getting in this? Oh, cool. Yeah, I've been to New York once. I went to New York 2 years ago. I really liked it there. Your friend was talking about getting you into it. What is he like? What is he? Is he like? Is it a long-term play, short-term, like swing trade, or is it like buying hold type of thing? Because it's kind of like bottomed out, so he's buying it now. This thing looks like it's just been in a constant downtrend since it IPO'd back in 2017 October. A long-term invest, and he feels like it's bottom. What do they do? I never looked into this company. I mean, we're at a like if you're looking at it, I'm looking at it on the weekly right now, and we are at resistance here. We also are putting in an ascending triangle as well. So this is once again though the weekly. So this is gonna take some time to play out. So right, yeah, yeah, brutal. trying to break out from its downtrend. Look at this wig. I'm trying not to swear so my video doesn't get flagged on YouTube. Yeah, this is nuts here. This is isn't this this is a cannabis stock, right? Oh, you like that, right, man? You know what? We could be seeing a trend reversal right here. I mean, I would I don't know if I would be like bullish. This is a weekly chart. But if you're following this downtrend, we broke out of it and we did retest it. Oh, that's the Maxar space technology company dealing with in-Earth orbiting satellites. Hmm, interesting. See, like I did this, like if you're following this downtrend right here on Tilray, we did, like I said, we did break out and we did retest it, and now we're working our way back up. So this could be, we could be seeing a trend reversal coming into play here. There's really not like much, since it's fairly new. There's really like not much you could go by. You know what I'm saying? Like if you put on the 50 SMA, look at literally the line that it gives you. I use the 17 EMA a lot, and we're approaching it right now. What does this look like on the daily? But going back to the weekly, um, so I don't use MACD for crossovers. I know people do. I personally don't. Like I don't use indicators really. Like the only indicators I actually, you know, would base a trade off of is the V stop that I use, and basically the 17 EMA and like the 50, 100, 200, like you know those kind of moving averages. But when it comes to RSI and MACD, I just look at it for divergences. But if you do trade crossovers, you are about to get a crossover right here on the MACD. That's the 1 week chart though. So um, take it with a grain of salt, but we could be seeing a trend reversal here. And if you are like if you are playing this long term, it's a weed stock. Yeah, I thought so. If you are playing this long term and you have faith in this company, this would be I would say would be a decent area to start accumulating. You bought it around 39. Nice, man. That's actually a very good buy. You're planning on holding it, I'm assuming? Yeah, Chicago just legalized it, correct. I think he's actually signing the bill today or tomorrow that it'll go into effect on January 1st. It doesn't really affect me because I don't do that, but yeah, no, I have friends that are happy about it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab water real quick. Your fee stop did turn green on the daily chart. You feel like you could once again test the bottom? Here's your divergence here. It's definitely starting to reverse. Like there's no doubt about it. It'd be like a classical V bottom reversal. If you're into marijuana stocks, like to hold for long term, you could look at Canopy right now because they took a beating, and you are in a pretty strong downtrend right now. But you know, if you're a long term holder, this wouldn't be a bad spot to start averaging in. Yeah, their earnings they dropped 8%. Are you in Canopy as well, Max? Appreciate you guys for being here. Just chilling, taking like it's my first live stream, so we're just taking it easy. Just going over some stuff. If you got any questions or anything about like options or whatever, if you want me to check out a chart, just let me know. I call this one here too. Check out this. If you look back on my Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, look back at my previous posts. I called Amarin right here on that candle. Textbook falling wedge. We didn't have any divergences here. You have a million questions about options, but you watch videos first. Yeah, dude. If you ever like need me to explain something or whatever, just hit me up on Discord. Yeah, but this was a really good play. Classic falling wedge, breaks out, retests, and then continues upward. See, this is starting to get too sloppy. That's why I don't like when there's a lot of stuff on my chart. This is how I trade most of the time, like this, just a naked chart. And now we're just following this uptrend up. Watch for tomorrow, possible buy signal. No what? You're looking for $1.65 to unload 50% of your holding. $1.65 on what? Tesla. I like I like trading Tesla. It takes some balls to trade Tesla. I don't know if you're holding it or you trade it, but I made a lot of money shorting Tesla. This literally could not be easier. So, Keytoy, check this out, bro. This is what you want to look for. Dude, you open a short. I mean, the thing about Tesla is that every time we hit this trend line, not only like it didn't the next day we didn't see like a red or black candle. We had a monster gap down every single time. Look at this. So it hits the trend line, open up your short. Oh, you could literally close this next day after this monster gap every single time. Look what we're coming into right now. We're coming to another test here. We're at a resistance and we're approaching the trend line. The thing is, though, is we might have put in a bottom here. If you scroll back, we're at a pretty strong we're at a pretty strong support level. You know, look at how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how much further down this will go, I don't know, but the only hard part of trading this would be, like I said, you don't really have confirmation on when to open your short because the next day it just tanks. Can you give me an overview on how you trade options? What do you mean by that, Max? Yeah, the thing is too is that Elon Musk, probably one of the smartest men in the world, just the worst businessman in the world. Taking videos of him smoking joints and talking nonsense and trolling people on Twitter. Like I said, the guy's a genius, but he just sucks at doing business. He's just smart and has money. He knows how to build a spaceship, but he doesn't know how to run a business. Max, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you like referring to? Oh, Bitcoin, I forgot about that. The daily just started a new day. Let's see if we're gonna have how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight days in a row. Green days in a row. Insane. Can you believe this? Remember, like back in the day, during this like big, like especially like this area right here. No, like before it took off, like this area. It was so stressful trading Bitcoin in like that area. And now look where we're at. We're almost halfway up this. It's insane. You still have what? What did you buy, Max? Tesla or Bitcoin? Ryan T. That's funny. Rather buy food. When did he say that? When Bitcoin was bottomed out in like the 3,000 area? He's probably kicking himself now for that, huh? For not accumulating down here. I mean, the thing is, though, is like you don't know at the time. You know what I mean? Like you literally just got beat up so bad, especially if you held on. Like I feel bad for anyone that held on to that. You're like in a state of shock. Just it's just constantly going down. Like you don't know when the bottom is. That's the thing. So this area, this area right here, how I mentioned, I took a couple big losses. This is where I took my big losses in this area right here. That's what made me stop trading for a while, and that's what got me into options. I don't like this wick. Like I don't like these kind of swings in crypto. I don't like that. You held the whole way down. As long as you're starting to make your comeback now. Hopefully you pick some more up in this area. So if you held that whole way down, hopefully you accumulated more down here. Like how is it different from futures and stuff? I don't trade futures. Futures are to me, I look at it as like futures where like the big boys play. But options, it's basically it's just highly leveraged. It's highly leveraged. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but like one option contract is 100 shares. You're in control of 100 shares of the underlying. Do you know that? Like, I'm not sure. Do you know like about calls and puts? Oh, how did I play Tesla? Is that what you're asking? How did I play Tesla with options? I would just open up a short once we hit the trend line. Well, Ryan, you made the right decision by doing that, man. Especially since you held all the way from the top, you're almost forced to DCA, and a lot of people just got rid of their stuff. Got rid of their coins because they didn't think it was gonna ever recover. So by you DCAing as a long-term play, you made the right decision, and I'm sure now it's paying off. Ryan, are you from Deja's stream, or like did you find me on Twitter or something? You stopped trading Bitcoin in March 2018. When was March 2018? After this big dive here, huh? Oh, are you RT Hockey? Thanks for coming by, man. Yeah, Keto. Yeah, you just open up a put every time. Every time this hits trend, just buy a put. I would always buy in the money puts to be on the safer side, but you could buy out of the money puts on this and make a crazy amount of money with these gaps. I explained that the other day. What did I explain the other day? You barely trade because it's more, or you play poker because it's more profitable. Yeah, if you're a good poker player, you can make some good money. I play poker too, but not like competitively. I don't have the patience for it. I've been gambling for a long time, and I'm like a degenerate gambler, but I've actually held myself back the past year or so. I've been cutting back on my gambling a lot. I don't play poker competitively or at the casinos because I don't like sitting there for 10 hours and grinding it out. I'd rather make a lot of money fast or lose my money fast and leave. I'm a big craps player. It is fascinating though, man, how like the world markets work, you know what I mean? And it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. All it takes is, one or two bad decisions and you could get, hurt fast, man. And then that just brings down your self-confidence and it makes you trade even worse and then it just gets out of control. And then you start revenge trading and you start making decisions that you shouldn't be. You hit the fire bet in the all tall, all small. Those are my favorite, dude. The all tall, all small, make them all. Hell yeah. You can make serious cash off that. I've hit a few of them too. Last time I hit it was last year at the Win. The all tall, all small, make them all. It was your first session ever at craps. That's why you won, dude. Did you roll the dice? Was it you rolling? Newbies are the best at rolling the dice. They always have good luck. There's not much going on in the futures. I really want to see a some upward movement off of this support. Would be really healthy. Really healthy. Yeah, you were rolling. It's always like that. Chat's lagging. The healthcare sector is doing really good. I played this too. This big wedge here broke out. XLV. It's a healthcare ETF. Gold has been doing really good. Look at gold, man. GLD. It's the Gold Trust ETF. Very strong. People are playing oil right now too. Oil's been really good the past week. You said earlier you closed your Twitter shorts. Why did you do that? Because of the potential double bottom here at support. Who else did? General Mills did earnings today. How did they do? I thought they did earnings today, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Why? Why did this not move? I'm one of those people that FOMO in on hot rollers, dude. That's how you make your money in craps, man. I mean, I play the pass line too, and I play so the pass line and then the odds behind the pass line are my heaviest bet. I go real heavy on the odds, and I also go pretty heavy on the hard ways as well. See, you know what I like about craps? Like I'm a big blackjack player too. Um, but the reason I like craps is because it's a community game. You're not there like you are there to win money, of course, but like everyone when one person wins, usually everyone else wins, unless you got that one scumbag that's playing the don't pass line. That's betting against the table. That's what pisses me off. If I see people playing the don't pass line and I'm the roller, I throw I throw the dice at the chips to try to knock it over. I've almost gotten in fights before talking to people, like talking trash to people playing the don't pass line. But yeah, I'm one of those guys that'll FOMO win on a hot roller. Yeah, General Mills had earnings today, but I don't know why it didn't move at all. It's got to be like bugged or something. No, it's not bugged. I thought GoPro was gonna bounce here on this heavy support and the strong support line. I really thought GoPro was gonna bounce. I had a GoPro position back here that I bought over here, and I made like a very small profit on it. Didn't really do much, but I thought this was gonna be the bounce here. It would be funny. What if we're putting in like a massive Head and Shoulders, a massive Head and Shoulders that takes us down, back down to this level. Damn, we almost been streaming for 2 hours. Doesn't even feel like that. I don't know what I guess we could go over some stuff to possibly put on watch for tomorrow. So this is like kind of my this is like I'll go over my routine in the morning. So I'll check the futures, see how they're doing, and I'll look through my green list here. I'll check my current position, see how they're doing. Um, then I come here to my red list, and these are all companies that were uptrending at some point. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, I haven't updated in a while, but I'll just flip through here. All right, Keytoy, thanks for swinging by, man. Appreciate it. So yeah, I'll come to my red list here, and I'll just flip through the charts. See what's going on here. Home Depot is looking really good. It's pulling back. We'll see when it pulls back to this support area here. We'll see if we can get buyers stepping in on support. See, this is a potential watch for what's today, Tuesday? Maybe by, I mean, depends on tomorrow if we get another big down day. Maybe by Thursday or Friday, possibly Monday next week. This could be in play. So this is one to keep an eye out for. Momo. Back up trending, broke a downtrend. Adobe. Adobe got wrecked today. If you're going back from this old trend here, we can see what happens tomorrow here. This is just a really, really ugly candle. Mo putting in a falling wedge. I actually like this Mo right here. Bullish pattern, seeing higher lows on the RSI. Problem is, actually, I don't know, this actually looks pretty good. This actually looks really good. Can I tighten up this trend line a little bit? Yeah, this is really good. This would have been a perfect buy right here. That candle would have been a perfect buy. You are still in a downtrend, but you're at the bottom of the channel, and like I said, you're in a falling wedge, making higher lows on the RSI. I like this. This is going to be on watch for me tomorrow. I haven't even checked the options. Let me see how the options look on this. I go to August 16th. The options are kind of light. Unless you go to ones that, the July, there's a lot of, there's not even that much volume. The spreads are a lot tighter on the July 19th, but that only gives you 24 days. I like trading, if I'm buying an in the money call or in the money put, I like to give myself some time. I like to be around like 60 days out. Yeah, the only one I'd see that I would buy is like the $45 strike on August 16th, but there's zero open interest, so there's no one buying this right now. If you go to September, there's a lot more open interest in September. A lot more. That's 87 days. That might actually be the play. The $45 strike on September 20th. You got a 72 delta, 948 open interest, 10-cent wide spread. That would be the way to do it. Because this is definitely a bullish pattern, without a doubt. That looks very good. This is why I like to look through my list, you know, every so often, because some of the stuff I marked, like this was already marked, but I forgot about this. You know, falling wedges break out at around the 70% mark, I think they say. So we're, I think, over 70% full. I actually like this. Set an alert on this. Wait, Warehouser, look at how steep that's just too steep for me here. Pull back. We're at a support range right now too. Stay right around here. Pull back to that area. Pull back to this area with some follow through to the upside. Something to keep an eye on. Keys. A lot of these charts, they look very, very similar because of that, you know, that V that we had in the market. You know, like a lot of them look similar. Some of them recovered, some of them haven't. Here's another one, keys. Gulu. This is I think a mobile gaming company, I want to say. This looks like it's trying to put a bottom in. This actually looks good right here. This looks like it's putting in a pretty strong bottom. See that? And we are at a support level. You could at least ride it, you know. There's some levels for you right there to keep an eye on. GoDaddy. Downtrend. Would have been a nice short here. See, we're also getting these higher lows on the RSI. Procter Gamble. This is consumer defensive here. You know, a lot of people are going to be going to this when there's heavy volatility in the market. This is something. I mean, this is something that people are going to buy and hold, but you know, it's also a very nice uptrend. ADP looking like it broke trend, was following, broke down. guys. I don't think there's any. What is this? I think this is natural gas. Natural gas ETF. It is uptrending, but I don't think there's any options for this. Coca-Cola. Nice, very nice uptrend. Very nice uptrend. One of those safe consumer defensive stocks. AT&T. It's just up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, I wouldn't. This is not like my style here. I wouldn't trade something like this. MasterCard. Healthy uptrend. Heartbreak. We are breaking down though after today. Intuit. See, like I said, today was a bad day. A lot of somewhat decent charts got hit pretty hard today. Digital Turbine software company. Still uptrending. Here's a XLNX, another semiconductor, but this isn't seeing any aftermarket action from the Micron earnings, but we are uptrending. Once again, that V bottom after that bad couple weeks in the market, had a downtrend, broke it, starting an uptrend. Comcast, looking for a pullback, trying to find some support in all this here. Bad day today, down 2%. Pepsi, one of those really strong consumer defensive, just like Coca-Cola, just like Procter & Gamble. I've been wanting to get into Pepsi. I've just been waiting for a pullback to get in. Yeah, this is what I do every morning. I just go through all my watch lists and see if I can find anything in trade setting up. This, watching the futures, like my morning routine. Here's one of those other consumer non-clinicals. Estee Lauder. You can see the difference, like in these kind of charts compared to the other ones. Like these are more consistently have uptrends. Vive took a beating today. Healthcare stock, maybe it's coming back down to test trend. Kimberly-Clark, one of those other consumer non-clinicals. Very, very, very nice uptrend. Still need a couple more days to consolidate or to pull back. It's Hershey, we talked about that earlier. I got that on watch. I have my alerts set up on this. WWE was looking really good, like bouncing in and out of this channel here, and then it just ended up breaking down. Mondelez, one of those safe consumer non-clinicals, working its way up, putting in new all-time highs. Oracle reported earnings last week, had a huge day, 8% day, and now it's just been consolidating. I think this is at all-time highs too, yeah. All-time highs in Oracle. Consolidating, making up its mind what it wants to do, if it wants to hold these levels or if it wants to come back down. End phase, we went over that earlier. I was looking at getting into a position on this, but it had a real rough day and broke down. Good old friend Tesla. Starbucks, I have a position in. See this CRM here, this is the kind of chart that I would look at playing a spread, or basically selling premium. You're like ranging here. You know what I mean? You could like sell a put spread when you're down here in this level, out of the money put spread. Sell it somewhere down here, and then let it work its way up. Sell out of the money call spread somewhere up here, let it work its way down. These kind of charts are the ones that I don't really buy calls or buy puts on. PayX, very good uptrend, broke down today. Trying to find resistance or support. Shopify, we looked at that, got creamed today. PayPal holding trend. Took a loss today, but it's holding trend. This is definitely on watch for tomorrow for me. Riot, this is a cryptocurrency. I think this is I'm not sure what they do. I think it has something to do with Bitcoin though, or blockchain in general. This is too volatile for me. It's too much for me. I don't play this. So yeah, you get the point. This is what I do in the morning. You guys have any last charts? Any charts you want me to take a look at before I head out? Alright, I'll leave you guys with that then. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Appreciate it. BTC 12K. Did it really hit 12,000? Get out of here. Wow. Unbelievable. Kito, I thought you went to sleep, bro. Is the crypto not letting you sleep? You just staring at your Bitcoin chart? Unbelievable. Oh, isn't Bitfinex down right now too for maintenance or something? I think Bitfinex is down tonight. I wonder if that has anything to do with this. Oh. Well, Kito, you go to sleep and wake up, you'll be making some money if you're in a long. It's looking really good right now. There's nothing, no one could stop this, man. This is absolutely crazy, unheard of. Alright, well, yeah, I'm going to cut the stream, guys. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when I go live next. I'll probably do another live stream tomorrow night or tomorrow during the same time. Just be like the same thing. Go over, plays. We'll go over market activity, what was going on, and if I entered or closed any positions. We'll go over all of that. Thanks again, guys, for stopping by. Appreciate it. Take it easy, guys. Have a good night.